Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and you can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. Cool. So, I am playing Spirit Island today, because I decided I wanted to play Spirit Island today. And I think what I'm going to do is the second wave thing. I feel like I'm just basically copycatting John on this. I mean, I've done it a couple of times myself, but John goes back and forth between playing Oblivion and doing second wave, and I go back and forth between doing Oblivion and doing second wave. Except sometimes I do something different. But I'm just going to do one spirit, any complexity, no adversary, because we're just going to play base second wave, and we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to speedrun this. I just want to have some fun. So let us begin. Let me double check. Branching call events. Good. Good. I mean, I never play solo on this. So I wanted to double check that, like, the settings are correct. I mean, because last few times I tried to do Spirit Island, it was always like, oh no, I don't have events enabled. They're going into mountains. Alright, so this land's already defended. This land needs a sacred site to be defended. Easily done. I don't foresee why I don't just put a presence at range 1 here and then do power card next turn for the sacred site there. But do draw the fruitful earth to stop whatever they try to explore. Hopefully it's wetlands, because that will stop 2 builds. We'll just do that. Although if it is wetlands, I can gather Dahan into D8 for that Ravage instead. So that doesn't stop D3 build. It's jungles. Jungles is actually okay. I already have a presence there. This land is diseased. So what if I don't do the thing I said I was going to do? Because I could guard the healing land in D7, and they can build in D6, and that's okay. On the other hand, I could put 2 Dahan in the D5 to counterattack and kill all the things. If I take the second Explorer, that would potentially cascade. But it's difficulty 0, so nobody cares. But they could just build there. Actually, no, that's not the one I want that one. Because that stops that build, I guess. Like, stopping the build is better than just, like, I mean, because I have to defend this anyway, right? Yeah. And I guess I will just either guard the healing land it or ignore it. Could be ignored. Although Blight is long-lasting in this. But going from wave 1 to wave 2, you keep only 2 Blight on the board, so Blight on the first wave is not an issue. You could also just absorb corruption, and that is really good elements. Like, actually really good elements. Drift Down does defend D2 without having to do the expensive guard the healing land, but you could also just absorb corruption and pay energy to remove blight, but we don't care about that, do we? Probably just don't care about it. Guard a healing land already removes blight, and I could just defend D2 with Drift Down next turn. So I will take that one then. Although, am I playing 2 cards? I mean, if I'm playing Drift Down, then I'm not playing 2 cards. Or if I'm not playing Drift Down, then I'm not playing 2 cards. So actually, I think I just take energy this turn instead. Because I don't seem to be playing 2 cards this turn. Am I playing any cards this turn? Stillness does nothing. Guard the Healing Land to remove the Blight in D5. Hey, John. Welcome. Maybe I'll just do Guard the Healing Land to remove the Blight in D5. I could also just not play cards and store energy for next turn and gain a major. If I was going to do Guard the Healing Land in D5, then I probably should have actually, like, actually got the second Explorer. Then again, I guess I would have to gather Dahan, and that would be a Dahan in D1 that could be converted. I'm overthinking turn 2 as I am wont to do. I have like +3 energy per turn. I'm just gonna do that. Saves it from being an issue at all. Push and explore inland. Hey, you can actually go into D5 if you wanted. Push 2 Dahan from a land with Blight to a land without Blight. Well, good thing we removed that Blight in D5 then. Thank God. Each beast generates fear if invaders are present. Well, I guess I can't get that guy in there. So you can join me. That's fine. And you can go to the jungle. No fear card. Sands. This drift down also affects sands, right? No idea. No idea. Okay. Yeah, it does affect sands. We get stillness D7, so it's not a city build. D4 would be building, but it could be defended. But D7 would also need to be defended, so like I need to put a presence somewhere. And I could probably just do it in D4, since D7 I can defend with Drift Down, and once those guys are dead, it's less of a problem. I don't know. If I'm doing that, I'm not gaining a power card. I could also reclaim next turn instead and do guard and drift down. I could do stillness and rituals. Stillness D7, rituals D7, that just doesn't kill it, right? It's 2 damage. Does mean I don't need to defend it next turn. I spent all my energy doing that, though. And this is what I have. This is my issue with Vital Strength, is that, like, power card comes with presence at range 0. Could take a major like I promised I would. If I do a major, I'm Sacred Sighting D6 where nothing's happening. Or I'm Super Sacred Sighting, which does nothing. I could just do the major next turn. If I do major next turn, I do energy this turn then. I mean, I'm still potentially playing Stillness and Rituals, which is all my energy. Next turn, I'd have 5 energy, drift down to 0. So it would be a fine major time. I prefer Sacred Sight on D4 because it allows me to see D3. Sacred Sight D7 doesn't do anything other than it gives me a Sacred Sight at range 0 to D7, which doesn't matter right now. And I will play those cards, I guess. Stop the city. Form a build step for 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. Yeah, you go attack that city. Yeah. Dawn to a mountain or sands with Dahan. Those are the two options. Ooh, this actually gives me more fear now. Nice. Thank you, game. We'll get a fear card next turn, right? Because that's 3 fear. Not 2 fear. Still enough, though. Oh, was I going to defend D2 and I didn't? Whoops. It's fine. Nothing's happening in D2. Or, well, there was nothing in D2, were there? Okay, D8 now is going to potentially have a city and be scary. I am going for waves, yep. Build in wetlands, thanks. I do really want to remove that blight from D2 because that always has a city in new waves. So, I do the sacred site this turn. Or, sorry, the major power this turn and forget, like, perfect stillness. I can take... Whoops, that's not really what I wanted to do. I guess it doesn't matter. I am just a creature of habit. I can entwined power to gain a power card. Exciting. I'm not getting elements here for anything. We have some suns. Not many waters alongside those suns. I has no animals. Well, I guess I has a animal. Yes, I'm gonna start speaking in speaking in lolcat. Strangling Firevine is the most likely to hit the threshold, and it puts wilds. And I am in a sands. And that will kill the things in D5, which is already defended, which is exciting stuff. I guess I could kill the things in D4 instead. That's the most useful power we have here. Am I playing 3 cards next turn? I don't know. Just like going up the card plays track. Defend. Oh, I have this card to defend a land. It doesn't need defend anymore. I will assert dominance and defend D2. Actually, I guess the real thing I should do is defend D4 pending the event. Fine. Cities do +2 damage. Add a disease, ignore a disease. Air per land and with invaders where Dahan outnumbers buildings. That would be D5. We could put the disease back in D2, sure. Remove an explorer town from a land with beasts. Very exciting stuff. And it's jungles. If I had any more wilds or any more damage, 2 damage per wilds in or adjacent to target land. I can do 2 damage with this. And it's only in these lands. So I could wipe the town in D4 or D5. I haven't done the sand stage 2 yet. On the other hand, that puts 2 wilds in D4, which is not terribly exciting, but I mean, I guess, like, whatever. That's like the most useful target. I mean, D5's defended, D6 is building, but I could sacred site that. D2 is not building because of disease, but I do need to remove the blight or defend it, or both, which I am capable of doing. Or energy. This doesn't defend mountains enough. So I guess I am taking more energy this turn, so I probably should have done things differently. I'm gonna go in here. So it's probably draw, and one other thing. I guess Strengthening Firevine would now kill D2 entirely. I need to guard D8. Unless I want to lose my Sacred Site and add more blight to the board at Wildfire. Always be spurning. Unless you want to put the blight in D8, actually, so... add blight to a land with at least 2 buildings. That would be D8. That would blight. That would destroy my presence. That would lower the defend. And then that ravage would cascade. So I guess we're teaching. The next normal ravage becomes a build. We're going to have a super populated board, apparently. Also add a disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders and damage the Dahan there. So one of these two, well, okay, D5 or one of D1 or D7 if I put a town in there. Which, if they're not building D5 and they're not ravaging there for a while, then I guess it's going into D5. On the other hand, if I put in D7, but they might explore sands, and then that would be bad. But it'd be diseased. But the problem is, like, I guess this Dahan could convert, but this event sucks. Remember I said everything on D5 was dead? Lol. Alright, wetlands time. It'd actually be decent to follow up with coastal next if I can just defend both of those. They take care of themselves and stuff, or I just draw them. I'm drawing them. That's not enough defend for D2, right? That's annoying. Because I could draw them both into D2 and prevent that, but then that would be cascaded. I forgot the card that says skip all actions because I'm a smart person. I could reclaim and remove the blight. Actually, if I put the Sacred Site down. Actually, no, if I do the Sacred Site, it will be enough. Right, because it's 4+3. But then this is not defended. Dilemmas. Do I have enough for this threshold next turn? I don't have enough energy. Unless I take energy. But I would have 2 fires, 3 plants. So we'll do super mega ultra damage. Not sure if I need the super mega ultra damage. Also slow. Do I get the repeat? Oh, I get the repeat. So I would have a sun, 2 plants, 2 earths. Just with these 2 cards? Even without Strangling Firevine? So the repeat does defend D2. Okay. I don't want that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. This one can convert. This one, if it converts, then it builds a city. Because of the Jeff Dugan event. All one of it. So if I'm playing these 2 cards and maybe not Strangling Firevine, I could go to 3 card plays and gain a minor power and afford that. Unless I really want to play Strangling Firevine, which does put a lot of wilds on the board and will deal super mega ultra damage. It will deal 8 damage to D5, I guess, which doesn't matter. Could do super mega ultra damage to D8, but I don't have the presence in D7 unless I put my presence in D7, which I can do. But it will only do 4 damage there. Because there'll be 2 wilds and 2 damage per wild, so 4 damage, which doesn't kill all the buildings. I want a minor power. I need a volume of cards. Sky stretches. Growth through sacrifice. With repeat. But not 2 suns, though. I guess I could do 1 repeat to remove the blight and 1 repeat to add a sacred site to defend the land. Oh no, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, the words. Also, it does power up Strangling Firevine a bit. I mean, it not powers up. It does give Strangling Firevine elements. That said, I'm not playing Strangling Firevine with this line. Does using a slow power as if it were fast make a difference? Not this turn. I will just take that one because it's broken with repeat. I think I'll play that one for the repeat. My earth is super grown. Each town deals +1. I think that doesn't do anything. Oh, I thought... Wait. Oh, the beasts killed the explorer. That seemed like it was a weird, like, slave rebellion thing happening, but no. Beasts killed explorer and then add Dahan to jungle or wetland is what happened, and that was a forced decision. But that was cute looking. Felt like a slave rebellion. They did go in the wetlands. Unfortunately, we don't have Dahan in there. And we don't have any fast damage. I can assert dominance on D2. Which doesn't really matter because it's defended from the Ravage in 2 turns. The only other valid lands would be D5 or D7. D7 has nothing. D5 has only 1 Dahan, but would kill a town. Like, if I kill D2, I don't kill a town, and I also don't get a town killed. So I guess I go for D5, then. It's 1 less fear. But actually, it's about equal fear if you consider that the town in D2 dies. It's just 1 less fear for this coming turn. I'm playing 4 cards. Again, I don't have fast damage. The only way to deal with D1 or D3 fast would be to gain a power card. Which means I'm not playing 4 cards this turn. Do you notice the problem there? I do have Strangling Firevine though, so like I don't really care about one of those 2, and the other one gets defended by Vital Strength, probably. But I don't have the Sacred Site visibility to D8 anymore, so I guess I put my presence in D1. I don't have many sun cards. I have 1 sun card. So hitting repeats is kind of difficult. Weird. No blight on the board, and I don't really need to do super presence options now because, like... I mean, I guess I play that for elements. Or I do it without the repeat or something. Because I could get to 8 energy per turn, but I don't need to, like, spend millions of presences to do that. So that repeat's done. I guess I could do rituals in D2, because might as well. I guess the thing is, though, I'm now in this loop where I'm playing these 4 cards for the rest of the game, which is fine. I don't need to remove Blight anymore. And I mean, I guess it's okay, because, like, Strengthening Firevine puts wilds and deals lots of damage. It's a scaling card. Do I have moons? I have an option for moons. Discard top minor power. If it is fast, add a blight to land with town city. That would be lands that I'm in, except for D5, I guess. Or I have to forget the moon card, so I'd have to forget growth through sacrifice. Oh no. Do I need it for Strangling Firevine now? No, I don't. Because I have 3 fires and 4 plants. I could forget it. I get a fear, and we add a beasts to a land with buildings, and we get an energy, because D2, yes. And also add a disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders, and 2 damage to Dahan there. This game really does not like me having Dahan. Oh, I meant to do the disease there. It's fine. I don't know where I would want the beasts to be. Defend 3 in all coastal lands. Thank you. That really helps with this wetlands ravage. Whew. Jeez. I was scared. Mountains and wetlands. Yeah, we kind of have to, like, get to a victory condition here. There are 2 boards with 2 lands with Dahan, and the only one that makes any sense is that one, I guess. Air level 2, destroy all the towns and we win. Oh, sorry, all the towns and cities and we win. This is with Threshold. This does... the disease would be preserved if I did that. I could do D3 as well. Both of them are bad, though. Coastal land is ravaging, but I can defend it. But how do I deal with the build? Both lands are building now. I mean, this one's not building because of disease, technically, so it's slightly better in that sense. Also, like, I don't need the damage to kill the town because I just destroy all explorers anyway. I really need to get a presence in D7. I guess I do that next turn. Probably Strangling Firevining again. Unfortunately, it's not going to do enough for D8. I can kill 2 towns, and then there'll be 2 cities left over, so it'd still need a sacred site and to be defended and stuff. And alongside everything else. Well, since D5 is defended, I guess I gotta go for D3 then. Guess I can gather Dahan into D1. That takes care of D1. Pending the event. Right, I can do it twice. Right. That's not really going to do it for anything for any builds. Could minimize the pain of D8 or something. if I'm not gonna reclaim, well, I'm reclaiming, right? Because I'm playing Strangling Firevine, and I need presence in D7. This doesn't affect wetlands, right? Main issue is I don't have enough energy to keep playing Strangling Firevine and Rituals. Well, I do, I just can't play many other things. I'd have to play a plant card that's 1 energy or free, so like I'll be playing these cards again because I can afford it. In fact, I will have energy, so I can support that and drift down every turn, which does like nothing. So, you notice my conundrum. Does this affect? This is completely incongruent to the next build. Fantastic. Okay, well... The other thing you could do is minimize the hurt in the land, but Strangling Firevine already kills all explorers in the land. I guess the only thing I can think of would be like D5, because the best I could do is defend 4, which is enough pending the event. I don't have the energy to actually play that alongside all the cards to make the Strangling Firevine thing work, but I don't need the threshold, really, right? I mean, I need it next turn, but I don't need it subsequent turns, probably, because we'll have a million wilds on the board. This is 1 over, so it's pending the event. Drift down would make it equal, so it's a bit more likely to be defended. So I don't want to put any other things into there, since that's all the defend I can provide. I could throw stuff into D6 and that's defended. Okay, I guess I do that at least. Minimize the hurt in D5 because I'm not firevining there just yet. I am now in D7. So we have that threshold. We have a repeat, like we always will. The only other fire comes from rituals, so if I ever want... Yeah, I gotta do that for D8. And then those other 2 cards come along for the ride. I guess I don't have to play Drift Down. Well, I'll play it anyway. I could, like, store it for next turn so that I don't have to reclaim or something. Invaders do +1 damage! Ah, we win! Disease to jungle wetland. Remove blight doesn't do anything. Jungle wetland. These guys are dead, so they're not doing anything. So I guess that one. Skip the next normal explorer and draw an additional explorer next turn. I guess something I could do is to do a rituals in D8, because I have the repeat on draw, so I can get 4 Dahan in there, and then rituals does 5 damage. And that's really the only thing to note, because that's the only ravages left. Let's do Firevine first, so that we see what's left to do. This is 5 and 4. Knowingly, there's going to be something with 1 HP left. And that thing with 1 HP should be a town, right? Guess it doesn't 100% matter, because we put a sacred site in there and that's defended. I did that entirely wrong. Go back. Go back! I did that entirely wrong! I was like, let's finish off the city with this 1 damage because I'm smart. All right, 2 fear cards. And how many fear are we from winning 2 fear? Awesome. No blight on the board. We have a disease. We have a wilds. Awesome. You can go there. Unfortunately, I can't make this fear fast. And I also can't get it during the invader phase. Fear. Inland, replace explorer. Oh, I guess I was supposed to defend D5. Whoops. Oh, we have fear cards. Do not ravage in lands with disease strife. Doesn't do anything. May push from a land with Dahan. I want this guy to die. Nothing in there, so I don't want to do that. So you can convert that guy. And you're not ravaging there. And I'm not pushing that town that I want to have died. Alright, fear card, give me defend. Choose a different land with Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan there. I guess you die. Gives me a fear. Give me another fear. Add strife in a land with Dahan. Well, nope. Alright, D5 is blighted. Great. I can remove that fast, I guess, but then... I don't have fast damage. They're not ravaging, but... They are double building. Which means there will be cities. Which means that the game isn't over. So I guess I have to accept the blight in D5 because I screwed up. I screwed up. All by myself. And you're looking at this board and thinking that this was a keeper game. I will look at my score. My score was 19. I will play. Second wave. Set aside a power card. Set aside Strengthening Firevine, please. Leave a token. A beasts with the city. Wilds in the land with blight seems fine to me. There's so many wilds. I gotta push these Dahan. You can go coastal. We have ocean. Maybe it shouldn't have been coastal. Maybe I just drowned the Dahan by that decision. Alright. D1 has good visibility. They're going jungles. It didn't matter where I put that presence because D6 was screwed either way. So D2. The problem with D2 is Grasping Tide is only defend 4, and it's gonna be 5 damage next turn. I mean, I gotta do this growth. Because you always do this growth. Because you always, and forever do this growth. You are not coastal. You are not coastal. You're not playing that this turn. I'm just taking freaking elements on turn 1 and not going up the card place track at all like a boss. Now play the 1 card that I can play. I mean, I could play any card, but I will play that card because it actually slightly does something. Doesn't actually do much. It doesn't stop a build, but it gives me energy for next turn. D6 was diseased. Awesome. City in D4. Central town in D7. All right, that was a great turn 1. Good job. So D2 is defended with Grasping Tide, theoretically. And also, theoretically, we drown a town, but not D4, D7 because they're not coastal. It's actually kind of trash for ocean, isn't it? There's only 2 land types that are coastal. So I can only drown like 1/3 of the time that you'd normally be able to drown. No, 2/3 of the time. If it was 3 varied land types, then yeah, but it's 2. We need a wetlands explorer. Gonna take a power card and we'll see what helps with inlands. This has an ocean on it, so therefore it's the correct card, right? Entrancing apparitions. Note that the ocean is a land without invaders. And actually does help with D7. Stop the D7 build. All the 10 removes Blight, but only from lands with Dahan, and there are only 3 lands with Dahan. So I shall take Entrancing Apparitions. I don't need a Sacred Site, so I could just get a presence in all coastal lands. D2 is the scariest, but I'm also not drowning this turn, am I? If I'm not drowning, then there's no reason to go into D2. Because I'm not playing these cards. Stop the build. Here, I can use that kind. Stop the build there, defend there, and then this is happening. This is checkmark, sort of. So I'll put a Sacred Site in D1 to assert dominance. Not drowning means I'm not actually getting energy this turn. It's kind of awkward. We do get fear. On an inland land, replace an explorer with a town. Well, that is terrible. Do not ravage in lands with the tokens, not relevant. The disease was used up already. Each player may push from a land with Dahan. If only it can go into the ocean. We could have drowned this turn, I guess, if we put a town in the D1. Doesn't really matter. So we're not replacing D6, we're replacing D4. And if only this can go into the ocean. That doesn't go into D2. No reason to move that guy. Remove an explorer town from a land where it is the only invader. D5, for instance. Because now that that's blighted land with wilds is now unviewable. Wetlands. Yes. Yes, come into my wetlands. So, I don't have energy for Tidal Boon. I do take off of energy track. I get energy for Tidal Boon without having to do middle growth, which allows me to gain power cards, which kind of more valuable here. I know I'm not supposed to take off the energy track because Ocean can support itself, but we're at 0+0 right now because I play Ocean poorly, apparently. Obviously this turn I'll get lots of energy off of these. I just need a investment for my Ponzi scheme with Ocean. Unfortunately, I don't have a good lineup here. I would kind of like to drown the 2 explorers in D1, or not drown 2 explorers, but drown 1 explorer, so that I don't have to defend this land next turn. but that has Dahan in it. The one that could target D3, I guess I could drown all. Like, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'll be reclaiming and drowning explorers probably. With the thing that gathers explorers. It's not a big deal. I will take this growth. I will gain this power. Let's see if there's a free miner that makes more sense. Sap the strength of multitudes. Is range 0 defend, which is not my issue whatsoever. Like, this land is just the problem, and it needs 7 defend. It could be defended with nature's resilience. The problem with nature's resilience is its bad elements. Poisoned Dew does remove all explorers from D1. We just need a water and earth for drowning a town in addition to swallow the land dwellers. Actually, no, we don't need even that because these do it. Arguably, I don't need Tidal Boon. But this costs energy. The only thing I could do if I don't want an energy. Right, so I'm taking an energy anyway. But I don't need Tidal Boon because... Swallow Land Dwellers deals with D3. This gives me my innate, which drowns a town, and if I take Poison Dew... Well, I just destroy, I don't push. Or drown. But it would target all the explorers in D1. All of them. Yeah, none of these are really exciting elements. I'll take that one because it does have range into inland, which is fine. I will grow into D2, and I will push into this wetland. The thing about Tidal Boon, though, I don't need it. But it does refund me energy. It profits me in energy. But I'm doing that one. We're gonna get energy this turn anyway. Each town does +1 damage, doesn't change anything. Beasts doesn't do anything. Add Dahan to a jungle or wetland with Dahan. That is ocean stuff. Go into D2, I guess. There's another land with a town. Right. I was only looking at D1 and D3. I could have done D2. So Tidal Boon would have been slightly better, I guess. But it's fine because I'll just stop D1. If they explore wetlands or coastal, which is a 40% chance, it also pushes the remaining explorers out of the way. Hey, it's coastal. Pretty good. Does that change anything? I mean, there's still 3 explorers in here. If I could defend D1, which I could do by reclaiming. Problem is this eats a Dahan, so this is still going here. And I'm still drowning this town. If I do defend D1, they die instead, but like... if I do that, then I can just like drown or eat that guy instead. No, that stops that ravage, stops that build. Maybe I want them to build though. Maybe I want them to build. He has energy. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Allowing builds to happen because they're coastal versus banning them. This one could still die though, because I would need to defend it. So if I don't need to, then I can just reclaim. Or not reclaim, I can gain a power card. And I could potentially take an earth just to get a city drowned for D2. If I get a water card, I can do that. And then I get lots of energy. And then I can defend D2 on a subsequent turn instead. Okay. Standard rule, never be reclaiming. Gift of Power gives me a water and an earth. And it's Seamus's favorite card. And it's good elements. And none of the other cards are good elements. I could take Purifying Flame to remove the Blight from D4 and D5. Which is also reasonable. On the other hand, Gift of Power allows me to take major powers more consistently, because I can play Gift of Power to gain minors for days. On the other hand, most Blight removal is on minor powers, I would say. I'm gonna do Gift of Power. What's the worst that happens? So with that, I don't need the Earth, so I go up card place. So note that this is not my ocean presently, so I can't push Dahan in there and move them anywhere. It is not my ocean. Cities do +2. This is fine. Disease, ignore disease. Doesn't do anything, but I prefer to put disease in the land that starts with a city in general. Do not explore into lands with at least 2 Dahan. Okay. Is that gonna do anything? Maybe if it's a jungle explorer? That mountains is currently not seen anyway? If it's not my ocean, then whose? I mean... Hey, it's wetlands again. And they didn't explore D1. Okay, fair. I guess D1 was another place. Alright, Gift of Power. Looks like forget fodder to me, unless I want Guardian Serpents for the moon and earth. Not Gift of Living Energy. We could do stuff with beasts, I guess. Both of the, like, Prowling Panthers and Guardian Serpents are things with beasts. I'll to migrate to move Dahan around. I'll just take Guardian Serpents. It's a defend card. And actually, I don't have to reclaim next turn, huh? Around the city. And then Tidal Boon. These peeps. I guess that Wetlands Explorer does mean that I have to do something for D3. The easiest way to do that would be to reclaim for Gathering 2 Explorers. Like, Guardian Serpents defends D2. I'm taking a major, right? So... I can do 3 card plays, except I don't have 3 cards to play. It's fine, I can do super stack here. Move the super stack presence. Gain a major. Tsunami, hey. Here's where Seamus instant clicks Tsunami because it's so good for Ocean, except it's actually so bad for Ocean, but he doesn't know it. Add a presence in target land even if you normally could not. Volcanic Eruption, I can't play that card. I'm not in a mountain, I can never be in a mountain. Talons of Lightning. Mountains are not a problem. D5 has a wilds, D8 is not viewable, and wetlands are not a problem because it's me. So I'm gonna go for claim. And I will forget Poison Dew. I can with claim, yes. Just cycle the deck, exactly. I mean, you're being facetious, of course. With claim, I can get into mountain, but for me to be able to get in the mountain, I need to take claim, but if I'm not taking claim, then I'm not taking Volcanic Eruption. But if I take Volcanic Eruption, then I didn't take claim, so I can't get into the mountain. So I need to take claim, you know? It's like chicken and egg, right? Or catch-22, I guess, is the better one. Better phrase. So for this to not blight this turn, it's Call of the Deeps, and it's... I mean, I could do Indomitable Claim, I guess, for a waste, but instead... Yeah, it's either Grasping Tide or it's Guardian Serpents, but I presume that this one's better. It's not actually better for elements, though. But it does give more fear. Because we're not hitting any other thresholds. No, we are hitting a threshold. We hit the one here. Okay, never mind. I was looking at the 3rd level, but not the 2nd level. So we hit the 2nd level innate, so we get an extra fear. So it is extra fear. We get a fear card. Cool. What if I let the build happen, though? I don't have drown this turn, so I don't. When exploring, place a town. On each board, add a beasts, and then defend defend per Dahan, I guess. Choose a different land with Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan. Okay. Let me just look at this, because the auto effects get to me sometimes. Add beast to a land without blight that has town. Yeah, that happened. During Ravage, defend 1 per Dahan. Okay, then we have a town instead of an explorer. Right. Or, sorry, the first explorer. The first explorer is a town instead of a explorer, then the second one is an explorer. There's no reason not to just let this happen now, right? Because all the other lands are empty, and this gives me a fear, and maybe this card says generate 2 fear. You never know. Each spirit gains 1... Okay, maybe that was the reason not to kill the explorers, because I lost an energy! No! Oh well. I think at 16 energy, I'm okay. D4, eh? Is this coastal? Man, I can't drown from D4. I can't drown from D4? Why? What do you mean I can't drown from an inland? Oh, okay. I accept. I'm not claiming this turn. I claim next turn because that provides defend 20. So I don't need to do it this turn. I don't need the defend 20. But I'm taking another major because I have 16 energy. And I also have gift of power, so I gain minor powers in different ways. So I do this one. I do this one. I do this one. One fear. What? If I did claim this turn, what would happen? Would I have 3 suns and 3 moons? I could! Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. And not only that, I could oh, it will be defended because of claim. Right, so I don't even care about that. Right. But also plus 3 fear. 6 fear, 3 fear, 1 fear for each building for my presence. Okay, it's that one. Like, my fear game is like 1,000,000. Yeah, I was thinking like I could also defend 4, but I also forgot that's defend 20. Okay. Then I don't need that one anymore. Manifest incarnation with threshold, anyone? Does that like just win the game? Like, no, it doesn't. But it could. It's gonna give me 5 fear for buildings. 6 fear. Plus 5 fear for buildings, plus 1 fear for presence. That's 12 fear, and then plus 3 from the threshold is 15 fear. We're gonna have 4 fear cards. Oh my god. The earth doesn't do anything. I take card place. Throw it there. Maybe no, because then the beast might kill the thing. Like that. Okay, no, it does, I can throw damage anywhere. The next normal ravage becomes a thing because we're not gonna spurn because spurn puts a blight in D4, which destroys my presence. No, I will teach. Unfortunately, this is. Oh, so wetlands ravage. So this is fine. Not coastal this turn. Choose a different land. Oh, it's only 1 damage. Oh man. I guess I don't really have a solution for D4 next turn is the problem. Like I'm removing an explorer, or sorry, I'm removing a city and a town. It's gonna have another city, but it needs defense 7. Like I'm doing super fun things, and I have 4 fear cards at Terra level, whatever. But you know, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, everyone. Oh, also the invaders in target land ravage. Right. Okay, the Dahan come. Could have threshold claim. Oh, did I have threshold claim? Oh, I did have threshold claim. I even missed that. Oh, so they just skip all actions even after this, don't they? No. Yes? No? I don't know. I didn't notice I had the threshold on claim. Except, no, I didn't, because I... Wait. I'm confused. Oh, no, the defend 20 does happen. Oh, but we just won. Because there's no cities on the board. Right, okay. So the ravage didn't happen because all actions were skipped, because I missed that there was threshold claim. But that's fine. I got so excited by 1 threshold, I didn't notice I had the other threshold. I win with 29 points. And the state of the board is slightly worse than it was before. Manifest Incarnation over Claim. Claim adds an imaginary presence. I will do Manifest Incarnation instead. I will leave a Beasts in... Ooh, well, one of these has to go. Land with Disease in the city, or land with the Blight. Blight's probably more useful. And with the city has nothing in it. Serpent. Oh no, they're going into D4. Not good. I mean, I can do Aegis from D5 easily, but that's not enough to defend right now. Something needs to be done about that, I guess. I can't grow into there because it has Blight. Rude. And if I absorb Essence, then I'm eating one of my presences. It does give me like 1,000,000 extra shit, though. 1,000,000 extra shit. That's the technical term for that. Gives me 4 energy and an any. Can I possibly grow into... Can I possibly have 2 waters, 3 earth, and 2 plants? Depends on what power card I would find, but... Gift of Flowing Power, target spirit gains an energy. So I will have 2 energy. Gain power card, gain energy, Gift of Flowing Power to play Absorb Essence, and then depending on what this power is, maybe it's not that play. But something needs to be done about D4. For instance, any defend card. Nature's Resilience. It gives me an earth. It gives me sorry, it gives me a plant and an earth. Purifying Flame, I could remove the Blight. Doesn't really do anything. All the trades so I can stop the Ravage. Actually, that gives me water, earth, plant. Which doesn't really matter too much, right? It's the water and plant slightly better though, but Nature's Resilience is the safer play, and it sometimes removes Blight with waters. Aegis is how much defend? 1 plus X? 2 plus X. Will be at most defend 3 next turn. Main issue with Nature's Resilience is I need a Sacred Site at range 1, which I can't do it from D5 because it has Blight, so it would be D6, in which case, or sorry, D2 or D6, or really D3 as well, but then I don't defend D7. Actually, no, if I Sacred Site D6, I defend D7. What am I talking about? I don't need to be in D7. That's what I was thinking. Aegis is adjacent. Duh. Okay, D6 would be the land for Sacred Site next turn if I'm Nature's Resiliencing next turn. It does kill a city. So that'd be fine. So I need to do Sacred Site in D6. So do I do Flowing Power into Absorb Essence, or do I Absorb Essence? I have to Absorb Essence, right? I guess I don't have to because Aegis will defend in D7 enough as is. With the 3, plus I'm doing defense 6. Really, Absorb Essence is not as required. I mean, you do it once, and then, like, it's so free because you've already removed one of your presences from the board. The question is, when do I want elements? That's the big draw of it. I guess I could, like, damage stuff in D5 if I have enough Fire Earths. Flowing Power, Absorb Essence gives me 2 fires, 1 earth, and then I get an any, and it could be another earth. I can kill a town in D5, which is good because that land's blighted as well. And if I find something that pushes a town out, this land is wilded, so if it is explored, that doesn't work. Perhaps it's reasonable. I see the problem now. I see the problem now. I can't do that. Because either I remove my presence from the land that I wanted to destroy the town in, or I move the presence in the land where I wanted to make a sacred site in, so I can't do both. In which case I could do Primordial Deeps instead. I could play Primordial Deeps off of Flowing Power, but I feel like Flowing Power into Absorb Essence makes more sense in general, since I could do that to destroy a town more easily. Like Flowing Power into Primordial Deeps would give me 1 damage, which does nothing. I guess I don't have to play the Pot Miner Power, but I would get another Earth and Plant. This would push a town. I chose not to play the Miner Power. But I still wouldn't have... I guess it depends on what the Miner Power is. Because if it does give me a Fire Earth, then I would be able to kill a town and push a town from D5. That is situational. At the very least, I always get to push the town. So I gain the earth that allows me to push and generate fear. But if it's Fire Earth, I also kill the town in D5. Or if it deals 1 damage, I also kill the town in D5. If it generates, if it deals 1 damage and generates an earth, then it still works. So it has to be fire, earth, or earth and 1 damage, I guess. So maybe it's not as easy. Most damage cards are fire cards already, aren't they? Like, is that kind of like thematic? That destroys an explorer. That deals damage. That gathers, pushes Dahan. I don't know actually if the elements are indicative of what the card does. That deals damage. That damages. That gains energy, so I don't know if it is actually indicative. How did they decide what elements belong to which cards? And follow-up question. Can we program a Spirit Island randomizer where power cards now have random elements attached to them? That would be Galaxy Brain. Okay. There is a Fire Earth. There is a connection. Cool. My Wasps doesn't work on D4. Encompassing Ward doesn't do anything this turn. Prowling Panthers, mountains, jungles. Not really that relevant. Drought. Obviously, it gives me the Fire Earth, but it does a million things I might not want. I mean, I would just be playing for elements to deal with D5. None of the other ones give me an earth and also deal damage. Drought it is. It's intentional. Aha! It's very good that I got this to work. So D7 is blighting, except it will be defended. I could optionally push the town into D7 and then destroy the 2 towns in D7. But it still puts a blight, which means I can't grow into the land. But it does take off towns from the board. The major problem with that is both sands would be blighted, and then if they ever do sands again, it would be Nightmare City. Presumably I kill a city and explorer in D4 with the Ravage. Will be defended because I play Aegis and Nature's Resilience next turn. Sacred Site D6. D7 is defended pending the event currently. D4 will be super defended. It will have defend 8 in it. 9 if I... Well, not absorbing essence is defend 8. So yeah, if I put the town in there, an 8, it's still defended. On the other hand, if I do put this in D7, I get 2 fear. If I drought it next. So we do get a fear card next turn. Maybe the fear card says push an explorer from a land with Dahan or something. Or 1 damage in a land with Dahan and it stops the D8 build. Maybe that is worth considering. So I have enough energy for Aegis and Resilience so I can gain a power. I can grow into D6, and that's the range for Nature's Resilience. So I do that, and I do this. So I get blight removal at cost, but it does give me a plant card. 2 other cards also give me plant cards, though. Act, which isn't going to do anything for a while. I'm not playing it this turn, of course. I guess, well, D8. Yeah, it's too slow for D8. All of these are slow cards, and if I'm not playing them this turn, then it doesn't really do anything. Absorb does give me an Earth, which is the one that's harder to get until we get to the intersection here. Until we get the any, I guess, technically. I'll take that one. Sacred Site, Nature's Resilience, and Aegis. And then we'll need to figure out D8 next turn. I am currently dealing 1 damage to a town. It's not enough. What if I don't Aegis? If I don't Aegis, then D7 might Blake, pending the event. But then I could do an Aegis in D1 next turn, or grow into D8 and Aegis there next turn. The problem is I don't have the energy to remove a Blight with Absorb Corruption, but I can move a Blight into like D6, where if I do that, then I can grow into D5 or D7 instead someday. Currently, I can't grow into there until I reclaim. So actually, when I was saying these powers don't do anything, is there something that would do something as the result? If I'm not playing Aegis after all. Let's entertain that notion for a second. Let's go back to this option here. So if I'm playing Nature's Resilience, gives me an earth and a plant. If I can take a moon earth, which I can't, I'd be able to push a town, but I'm also not in a land with anything. Twilight Fog doesn't actually need to target a land with Dahan. Weird. I could Strife the city in D2, and it like does nothing to Dahan because there's no Dahan in there. That's interesting. 50% chance as a Jungle Explorer next. I don't know if it makes sense to take Twilight Fog just to Strife a city, though. But it does mean D2 is, like, defended, but it's also diseased and probably not an issue. I don't know. You're currently working on yours for Definitive Edition. Cool. What does that entail? Oh, like, selecting decks randomly? Like not a, you know, a randomizer, like a hardcore, let's randomize the elements on cards randomizer, but more just like, what decks are you going to play with for heroes and what villain are you facing sort of thing? Cool. Just for gameplay. I'm still going to take Absorb Corruption because it will eventually be useful, but I might not actually take 2 card plays this turn. Because I don't need to. The only thing that Absorb Corruption would do would be to move Blight around. I would kind of prefer to remove a Blight. But I need to spare energy to do that, and I don't have that. Would taking a fire do anything? If I just play Aegis, then no. I think I'm gonna just do that though. Can't envision why a second card play would be more useful. So I'll just take that fire. Maybe the event will say, like, extra fire or something. Aided by fire. Oh! Oh, but not playing Aegis, never mind. I'm playing Nature's Resilience. Like, even if they do extra damage in D7, that cascades the D1, and I can still grow into D8 next turn for Aegis in D8. I think that's fine. Defend 6, yeah. Solo Snake is really limiting. +1 health? No! Do not explore until lands with at least 2 Dahan. That will help with the wetlands if they do wetlands. I have to throw all my damage into this city. Which I guess, to be fair, the beasts kill the explorer, so we still got the same outcome that we did. The only way you can get past your presence limit is by losing presence. But think about that. Think about that. It makes it a lot easier for you to put presence on the board if you have to remove your presence to do so, because then you're not worried about caps as much. So ordinarily, you do absorb essence on another spirit, you eat one of their presences, and now your presence limit... Let me show it from here, but I have to click here first. They didn't do wetlands. Rude. So normally the first absorb essence ups your presence cap from 5 to 7. But if you have to eat one of your presences to do so, then your 5 cap, if you're say at your cap entirely, then you are down to 4 presents, but now your cap is 7, so you can place 3 more presents onto the board before you need to absorb essence again. Whereas in a normal game, your presence would still be on the board, and you'd only be able to place 2 more presents before you'd have to absorb essence again. So yeah, when you're playing solo, anything that says another means you. That's the thing, yeah. That's the big rule. Where would it say it? Say something about power cards, I guess. Target actions. Not sure where. Maybe it's in gameplay. I don't know where it says it. Yeah, so in a solo game, anything that targets another spirit targets you. In a multiplayer game, it can never target you. I will assert dominance and attack that explorer. Yeah, and Blight is actually okay with Serpent. If you lose presence due to Blight, then, you know, you lose the presence on the board, which means you can put more presence on the board. Yay! The goal is to grow into D1 or D8 and to Aegis. So that would take care of that. And then these are the builds that are happening. Yeah, so our presence cap, we're at 3 out of 5 right now. So when I absorb essence, I'm gonna eat one of the presences I have on the board. Well, I'll place a presence this turn, so I'm at 4 out of 5. But when I eat a presence, it'll be 3 out of 5, except it'll be 3 out of 7. So I'll still have like 4 more presences to place before I need to absorb essence again, if I need to. So if I'm aegising, I have a fire earth. I would need another earth to be able to kill a town, or no. Oh yeah, no, yeah. 2 fire, 2 earth kills a town, so I would be able to kill the town in D6. D2 is potentially defended by reclaiming 1. Oh no, I don't have reclaim 1 yet. I would if I only go off. What if you just never take 2 card plays as Serpent? Like, the strat is to go to 2 card plays ASAP and then go up to reclaim 1, but here I'm kind of like thinking to myself, what if I get reclaim 1 next turn? Would that be better? Because actually, if I do this, I get an any, which I just need an earth. If I do Aegis and I take an earth, then I have 2 fires, 2 earths, and I can kill the town in D6 already. The issue, of course, is that I'd only have defend 2 off this. The other issue is I would actually hit presence cap next turn, so I probably should do 2 card plays so I can do absorb essence and elemental Aegis. It's annoying. We're always doing this though. Still energy starved. I can prevent the build instead. Not much reason to prevent the build. Gift of Constancy has a snake on it. Is this the original serpent art? Or is this just a snake? Snake! Dark Entangled Woods defends 3. Gives me moon, earth, and plant. That's pretty good, actually. Means that I don't need Aegis for D8. But it doesn't give me the damage to kill the town, except... Yeah, I would still need to have an earth. But I could do Absorb Essence Dark Entangled Woods for D6 then. Or not D6, D8. And then Absorb Essence... I guess I don't need the Sacred Site in D6, do I? I can't do... I guess I grow into D1 and Aegis there, so I could do a Sacred Site there next turn. But I would need to get Nature's Resilience back if I'm doing that. But actually I don't, because I could Aegis next turn instead for D2. I could also just let that blight. But if I blight, it blights the island. It's probably okay though. Because we'll find out what the blight card is. That's information. I'm gonna take Dark Entangled Woods then, and save the Aegis, and probably still absorb Essence. If I do 2 card plays, Tangled Woods and Essence. And now I get to kill the town and generate 2 fear in D6. And then if I Aegis from D5, this is defended, so that's a check mark now. And this is a question mark because it is defended pending the event, which really needs its own icon. It should be a question mark exclamation point. Maybe the combination of the two, the interrobang. Because it's like, well, I guess exclamation point is not exactly correct. We need a check mark and an exclamation point on, I don't know. We need to be able to combine these icons is what I'm saying. Get on that, John. I should be able to select question mark and exclamation point to denote that the land is blighting, and I'm not sure what I'm doing about that. That's question mark logic. Yeah, anyway. Oh, I do get an element here. Ooh. So I have the threshold for gain energy. I'm too far away from getting presence. And I'm also too far away from being able to deal extra damage. But I would still prefer to do Dark Entangled Woods, right? because if I were to play like Aegis instead, I would not be able to like defend D2 and D6 next turn. I mean, this only affects mountains, right? It affects mountains and jungles. Damn. But I don't see the benefit in what energy, or sorry, what element I would take, I guess. On that. Absorb from that stack. And there's an event card that cares about moons, right? Aided by moon. I think there's one that's aided by fire. I think there's one that's aided by water. I have 3 energy, so I could spend lots of energy to hit whatever I'm worried about. I don't know which events there are. It'd be really nice if there was, say, an event deck I could click on. I'll take moon. Fire! However, and bear with me on this, I don't have sacred sites, so it doesn't actually matter. So in the event that there are 0 sacred sites, we still guard yourself, and nothing happens. And we got a fear, and I don't remember what the other effect was because I didn't read it. Push an explorer into a land with more buildings than it came from. Okay. What was the event? So, each spirit with at least 4 Dahan among its lands gains a minor power. Welp. So we could prevent the build in D6, except I would rather the build happened so that my thing actually does something, and that build is not going to change visibility of anything, is it? I guess it allows D7 to be viewed. Because everything in D8 is dead. So, like, the invaders can currently see D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6. But if this town is dead, then they don't see D7 or D8. But if this town builds, they do see D7, and it's a 20% chance that it's a Sands Explorer next turn. That said, there is already an Explorer in there, so it doesn't actually do anything. On the other hand, I can push this Explorer into D8, and there won't be an Explorer in there, so that when they do explore Sands, I will cry. Mountains. And they don't explore D8. Die. Yo! Alright, I can gain a major next turn if I wanted. I could also play Absorb Corruption to absorb the Blight in D5. If I play those cards right now, do you get in any? So I would have, yeah, I would have two earths, 2 fires, so I could kill the town. I would not have a moon, so I wouldn't generate fear. I would have fire, water, plant, so I would have gain an energy. I have an innate fire. I don't need to do any for fire. Yeah, so I already hit that. Hit the 2 damage part is what I mean. I would have 2 earths. I would have 1 water. I would have 1 plant. So I wouldn't be able to also place a presence at range 1. I don't think there's a reason not to click on major here. I could forget drought at this point because I don't want to place blight? Question mark? We don't need it. It was just to solve the towns inland. And actually, that town remove we did on D7 on turn 1 has actually paid off, because now that lack of town in D7 means they didn't see D8. So that did pay off. It did its work. Let's do major. I do have Dahan in D1. Rapid Wings would hit D2. The major problem with Rapid Wings is that sun, air, and animal are the 3 elements that Serpent cares nothing about. I mean, most of these are elements that... Well, okay, sun, air, and animal, air, air. All these cards have air on it, so I guess, you know, that consideration is gone. These two have sun on it, this one has animal on it, so Death Falls Gently is the one that's closest to having elements that we would care the most about, I suppose. Because Sweeping the Sea only gives me a water, Insatiable Hunger only gives me a plant, Death Falls Gently gives me a moon and a plant, as far as hitting these things goes. It deals 4 damage in a jungle or sands, which potentially hits D4. I guess the other consideration was that we were analyzing our elements last turn. Also, I guess my face was slightly blocking there. I'm sorry. Because I don't pay attention to my... So we have this power, this power, this power, and we don't look at this power right here. This one doesn't exist. Sorry, I forget that my webcam is on the left side. I should really just like put a post-it note there. That actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea, other than the fact a thing on my monitor, but it would at least remind me that that's my dead zone. Whoop, that's my dead zone. Now anything that I put there, yeah, that's good enough. You can't see it because, well, you can't actually see my physical monitor unless I move my webcam, but if I move my webcam, then everything's screwed up. Anyway. Now that the post-it note is here, I'm like, damn, my visibility sucks. now I see what you guys see, I guess. So the analysis, okay, the analysis I had done before, if I play these two, I got 2 fires and 2 earths, so I deal the damage. So one of these would need to be an earth in order to make up for the fact that I'm losing an earth if I don't play Absorb Corruption, for instance, which none of them are. But the other side of the analysis was that I don't have a use for the any just yet. So I could take the any, or rather, that's probably better than the water anyway, because any's better than water, because any could be water. So if I play Aegis and Death Falls, it doesn't help with D5 is the problem. No, I guess, sorry, I help myself with D5. I kill the town. We don't need Rapid Wings for this turn, although it could, like, wipe the city in D2. Actually, where are we? We are in Terror level 2. We are really close to winning, I suppose. The only issue is D4. If I were to Rapid Wings to kill the city in D2, then I would have to find a way of killing D4, which if I'm not absorbing corruption, I can't grow into there unless I do my reclaim to move a presence in there. I don't know. This kills the stuff in D4 at least, and it does also hit D2 if I want it to. I'm gonna click that one. And I will keep growing. We don't need the Sacred Site in D1. Don't think I need to be in D2. I'll go into D3. Just in case. I don't need to take that element until later, because the event could be better. Using it for the event could be better, that is. I will defend the jungles, pending the event. Event says, in the single land with most invaders, push stuff. So it's just gonna push this explorer somewhere, which doesn't matter. I guess it goes in the D4 if I'm death falling there, because that will kill it. Beasts generate fear. Push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. Oh, so we just win the game. Game's over. We're gonna explore a town from a land with beasts. We win at this turn. Unless I want to stall for some reason. Like removing blight could be a very good reason. Stopping this build is okay. Problem is if they explore sands, which is a 25% chance, then it is problematic. I'm just going to assume that the blight is okay. So we win the game. And we have, come on, show me, 35 points. Our scores are going up. All right, set aside 1 power card. I will set aside Absorb Essence. Could be value, I guess. I will take Death Falls, because that puts disease. This Dahan needs to be pushed somewhere. You can go into D5. And with Blade. And we're now playing as Keeper. Another spirit that doesn't like Blade. We probably should have removed the Blade. Going into wetlands. I see none of those wetlands. Fun times happening in D1, I suppose, and D3 as well, of course, but D1 has Dahan, so I guess those Dahan just might perish. Let's see what this is. Portents of Disaster. So normally here I would take 2 card plays unless I don't find a sun. Because without a sun, then I don't get the push and explore threshold, which is actually not going to work at all because I don't have a frickin'... Okay, I guess I need an air, is what that means. Which Portents sucks tremendously, but it does give me an air. Actually, 3 of these give an air, I guess. Actually, I can stop a build with Entrancing Apparitions, can't I? But it doesn't give me the sun. But it does give me the plus range. Oh, that's awkward. That's awkward. Portents gives me the sun and the air, so I could play like that plus Boon of Growing Power. And that way... I guess the other issue is I need a plant, don't I? I need a plant so that I can add all wilds. And I want the air so that I have +1 range because all of my neighbors are blighted. Voracious Growth removes a blight, though. From jungle and what? None of my neighboring lands are jungles or wetlands. I find it exceptionally rude. Yeah, so this is just gonna blight the island, and I'm deciding on what I'm doing there. Whee. Doing that one. The sun doesn't make a difference. But if I only play one card, if I don't have the plant, then I don't do the wilds. So I guess I'm not double growing next turn, unless I want, like, I mean, I guess double growing is generally fine, even if I have a triple stack or something. Ugh. It's kind of annoying. Those were not the power cards I wanted to see. If I'm not double growing, then I'll just do 2-card plays. So I get an extra power. I don't even, yeah, I don't get the push. So if they, I can always put the wilds into D1. They didn't see D8. Okay, so preventing that build was really good then. I'm pretty sure putting the wilds in D1 makes the most sense. Actually, this could target D2. That's interesting. Because it just has to have no explorers, not no invaders. I feel like I make this realization like once a month. Gift of Constancy is fine. It's not fine, but it basically lets Keeper grow every turn, double grow every turn, that is. So makes it a lot easier to get that growth going. Mountains, wetlands, if target land is exactly 1 blight, remove it. I mean, there's the blight here. There's the blight that will be there. And the other mountain wetlands do not have the blight. Regrow removes blight, though, from jungle wetlands. Which jungles don't matter. It's the sands that are terrible. How dare the sands exist? I guess the major issue is that D6 is building next turn, and yeah. It's a city in D6. And there's blight in there currently, and I don't have a defend card yet. And I'm not double growing next turn, so I'm not going to be able to deal 4 damage in there with Towering Wrath or something. I can deal 2 damage. Better for me to be in lands with invaders, I guess, except I'm already in D6, and if I go into D2 and they explore jungles, that's double trouble. Sacrosanct Wilderness does damage something now. I could have used that in D6 this turn, I suppose, but I can still do it next turn. Doesn't really change anything now. More just like in the event that they do explore jungles, which I could wait on. We're taking Teeming Rivers just to get rid of the blight in D5. Fine. Energy's not a problem with Keeper after 4 turns. Problem is, how do we get to that in 4 turns? So that I can regrow more easily in the already explored mountains, so I don't need to worry about the next turn. I'll put this here. Take another miner. I do not have 3 earths. Or sorry, 3 animals. Gather up to 2 Dahan. Dahan if +2 health in target land. That would kill a town in D3. And flame is okay. I'm taking a sun this turn, right? So I will have a sun from Teeming River Earths, so I will have that. Fire, 2 suns, 2 plants. Yeah, so I'll have damage this turn, so I can do 2 damage to D6, I suppose. And I can strife the city they build in D5, and then figure out what to do next. I can actually get a wilds in there after I remove the blight, so then I could grow in there, and I don't know, deal damage with Sacrosanct Wilderness. So this is range 1, push and explorer. A land with no blight. So it's either sands or jungles. Jungles are all wilded up. And sands are super million powers of disease. Or not disease, blight. So I hope it's jungle. I also hope the blight card isn't terrible. Aided by sun. Disease to a land with city, 2 fear per player. Cities deal +3 damage. Beasts destroy explorers, which doesn't do anything. Alternatively, we discard a minor power if it has sun. Push an explorer from a land with Dahan, otherwise replace the Dahan with the town. It's going to be Curse the Tongues. We have 2 suns. We'll discard Towering Wrath, I suppose. And a disease goes in D2. Because we want to do Sacrosanct in case... Yeah, we do it for D5 next turn was the thought. Oh, we do have a choice here, I guess. D2. Okay, blight card. What art thou? Ooh, aid from lesser spirits. But we're playing a solo spirit game, so we could choose to discard it if we wanted. But an extra minor power is super strong. I love this one so much. It's just the 2 blight that's the problem, but we're not blighting next turn. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah? No? No, yeah. We strife the city in D5. We put a wilds in there and move the explorer. And then the town is dealt with Sacrosanct Wilderness. It just, like, will be problematic for D4 and D7, but if we get a choice at a minor power here, that could give really good elements, or an ongoing effect that could be really good. Huh. I can't actually look at the blight card right now. Oh, I can. I have to click down there. Fair enough. I'm gonna keep the blight card. Act of the joined hunt with my keeper? What? I thought I hated Dahan. Either that or Prowling Panthers, but the sun and plant... No, the sun is more better. More better. The sun is better. Plant doesn't do anything this turn. It just gives me +1 range, but I already see everything except for D8, I guess. Ooh, does this give me the both on this? Oh my god. I have an animal on either card. This makes Inflame do both. Yes! Yes! In Prowling Panthers, Mountain Jungle... beasts is in D4 right now, though. Back to the joint hunt. I guess that kills the city in D2. Like, it's either D2 or D6, and D2 has 2 Dahan, D6 has no Dahan, and this one kills the city. I will accept that one. Weird for Keeper to want to add Dahan to their lands, but it's okay. Hey, Jungle. Okay. Jungle is easy then. Jungle's super easy. Stands would have been highly questionable. I don't want you to be in D2 is the thing. You're gonna be pushed anyway by Sacrosanct, so I'll gather that one to keep the 2 in D1. Flame there. And punch. Alright. So I double grow this turn. I want to be in this land. Is there any reason I want to play 3 cards this turn instead? I don't have the energy to play. Like, I have +4 energy. But before I had +2, I wouldn't have enough energy to play all the cards. I like getting up to the plant on Keeper and then doing more card plays. That said, I do have an innate plant now. But... oh yeah, actually with Pact chosen, I get an automatic Spreading Wilds for free. And I just need a fire and plant or punish. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Absorb Corruption. We do need to clean up the blight now. We really need to clean up the blight. We can't just ignore it. It's open season again. I guess I could push the Dahan into D5 and kill the city, and then they have a very limited inland visibility. I guess the town in D4 means they still see these 2 lands, but now D7 is not viewable. Is the main progression there? Oh, but I'm Sacrosancting, and it pushes 2. Oh, but I still have Pact, right. It's actually okay, because, yeah, then the 1 Dahan deals 2 damage, and then Pact will gather the Dahan back, and it will deal damage. I guess unless the frickin' event converts that to a town, and then it's bad times. Not blights. I mean, we have 3 blight to work with. I'm just wondering. I could push everything into D3 except, well, nothing's happening in D3 yet. It is a 40% chance of coastal or wetland. I don't have defend, so I'd have to like deal with D3 myself if I were to do it. Alternatively, am I hitting this? I don't have a fire. I don't have a fire. Were there fires that I missed? Is it too late to do that because that was the first decision? No, that was the second decision. I mean, technically I could go back, but I don't want to cheat. I guess Call to Bloodshed actually combos really well with my Pact. Deals double damage, basically. Actually, this doesn't necessarily need to combo. Let's go back for a second. Let's think about this. So if I take Call to Bloodshed, and I play Sacrosanct Wilderness and Call to Bloodshed, I still have the Punish for 2 damage, which isn't enough for D5. But I could target D3 with that and kill the city there. And I need to undo my presence placement to get Dahan into D3. Okay, we would need to forget an air card. We would need to forget Entrancing Apparitions, which is okay. Return a top fear card to the box. It doesn't actually give us... add... Oh. There's no invaders and jungles. Awkward. Because if we could get a fear, then we would have that fear card at Terra level 2. Actually, 2 cards at Terra level 2. The only way to get fear would be to add beasts to a jungle without blight and a fear if invaders are present, but there are no invaders in these jungles. Weird. We could also return a top card of the invader deck to the box, which, well, that's bad. And then add wilds to a land with Dahan, which... what would be a good place for that? D8 is not seen. D1 already has an explorer in it. D3 already has a million things in it, but it could lighten the load, I suppose. It is a 40% chance that the wilds would be used up on the coast right away. Anyway, I think we leave the lies and we forget Trancing Apparitions, which is the only option. We add beasts here. Growth is to add a presence to a land with wilds or your presence. So if they don't explore coastal or wetlands, I can actually grow into D3, which is hard otherwise. Remove an explorer from a land with beasts, disease, or 2 Dahan. And what would the level up have been? Remove an explorer town from a land with stuff. So I can only push... oh, I can push 2 explorers. So if they do explore D1, I can push the 2 guys out. It's really weird having Force on at this point of the game. Normally it takes me until I have more card plays to do that, but apparently I could do it with 2 card plays because of Aid from Lesser Spirits. I'll put it... here. To minimize that pain later. Mountains. Okay. So D5 is going to be a problem again. It is diseased. If I reclaim Inflame, then nothing happens in there. I mean, yeah, the Strife means it doesn't do anything, so that was okay. So I don't have to reclaim next turn. Gathering a Dahan into D5 isn't gonna do much. Those are like the 3 lands that I'm in. That's the only one with invaders. Oh, I guess it does. Okay. It does kill the city. All right. So then nothing happens in this. I have to do it in this order. Do this and then do this. Because otherwise I kill the Dahan. But now this build is entirely prevented, which is nice. I can still call the bloodshed here. So now, spreading wilds. So now that that is gone, B7's not viewable, but I can't move that guy. B8 is still not viewed, but they just explored mountains, so nothing's happening there unless I push the explorer to there, in which case everything happens. So yeah, my original plan was to remove the blight from D7 with Absorb Corruption, except I chose not to take that card in the end. Annoying. If I can get a Dahan into D2, then the Explorer dies in the Ravage, ending the event. Sacred Site in D5 would do it. Like I'm just gonna assume that things are fine. Narrator, things were not fine. I just want to get a wilds on that coastal land because it's now a 50% chance they explore there. So I can move the Dahan by doing... Let's do this because I'm always... Oh, not ever playing 3 cards. Right. Because I'm not reclaiming this turn. Here is major time. Because I'm reclaiming next turn, so I'm not double growing. Blazing Renewal. I do not have Destroyed Presence. Tigers hunting. I am in jungles. Not really gonna do much of anything, no, because most of those lands are blighted. The lands with invaders are blighted, that is. Other than D2. I guess I could kill the Explorer in D2 without having to worry about the event. Are we winning? I mean, like, almost, sort of, slightly, but not really winning. I'm not in any sands. Mountains, wetlands. Wetlands is getting to the point of being dealt with. I'll take Tigers hunting. Doesn't really matter. We will forget. Let's see. Mountains are no longer blighted, so Teeming Rivers is not as necessary for that. We might win if the beasts deal 2 damage. They generate fear. Single land with the most invaders. Push Explorer town to each adjacent land. So this is not doing anything, and this is not doing anything. So I can just move this Explorer so he's no longer in a land that I'd have to deal with. Push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. So the Dahan are moving out of that land after all. I will put you in D1. That's totally fine. We're sitting on 3 fear cards. Oh, the lands... They didn't do that. Oh, because... Wait. I don't know why. Why didn't they do that? On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. Why did we not push Dahan? They could have gone into D2. Oh, because events never moved Dahan to your sacred sites. There's no valid land because D2 had a sacred site, so they couldn't push that. Okay. That's the part of Keeper's rules that never matters until it does. Remove Explorer Town from a coastal land. So we could potentially win, but I think we should clean up late. Considering that, yeah, it's gonna be bad. Town destroy stuff, cities destroy explorers. None of those happen. Defend per Dahan. Explore coastal. Okay. So this guy dies. Okay, so if the blight card is on blighted side, return it to healthy, leave 2 blight per player +1 on it, set the rest here. So currently there's 3 blight on it. We would flip it to the other side and we'd leave 2 +1 on it, which means there'd be 0 blight on the blight card. Or sorry, 0 blight here, which means that if we flip the blight card, we immediately lose. Also, there's 3 blight on the island right now, so going into, this is wave 4, so you go into wave 5. We leave 5 blight on the board, so we leave all the blight on the board. So all the blight removal is important so that if the island does blight, we at least have blight to work with. I guess the problem though is I don't have Sans blight removal. That's why I wanted to take Absorb Corruption, but I didn't. But that's okay. Jungle and wetlands have not been revealed yet. But if they explore jungle, then the Dahan kill it at least. So we will put the wilds here. I guess like the D4 guy is seeing D6 and D5 still. Well, D6 is because they already did mountains. But I can't do anything about that other than put a wilds there. But it's okay because I'm in that land. I mean, it's a. I don't know. D1 is a better target, I guess. I don't know. This is a reclaim turn. So I reclaim without growing so that, like, I'm more likely to find a blight removal card at this point. Most blight removal is minor, right? I guess some are major, but with threshold. Or some are just major. The other question is dealing with D3. So there's no wilds in D3. Oh, because I put it in the wilds in D1 instead of D3. I should have done it in D3 so I can grow in there. I can still go back. Yeah, I want to grow into D3 because I do need to deal with that. So I think it's just going to be reclaim. I guess actually, oops. I can do this growth option and get a power card. In which case I don't really need the wilds in there, but that's okay. I'm sure there's still blight removal in here. Nature's Resilience does it with 2 waters, I suppose. Growth through Sacrifice does it in any land. Call to 10 does it in any land with Dahan. I'll do Growth through Sacrifice because it's a cheaty card and I love it. Plus it's really good elements. Element. Fire, I guess. Plant, technically. Oh, but the problem is I'm not in... Alright, no, never mind. Never mind. I screwed up. Because that only works in lands that I'm in. Alright. I will not take Growth through Sacrifice. I will take Call to Tend. So that means that if I get Dahan into D4 or D7, I can remove the Blade there. So I combo it with Call to Tend, or Call to Bloodshed and Call to Tend. Oh, Tiger's Hunting just solves D3, doesn't it? So I don't have to, like, let the city build and then crap. It gives me a punish. So if they do explore jungle, I kill the guy in D6. If they explore wetland, I kill the guy in D1. They don't explore D3. D2 dies in the... Sorry, if they explore jungle, D2 dies to the Ravage. D6 dies to punish. So the only other one is Sands. If they explore Sands, major problem is that both Sands are blighted, but I can remove one of the blights, and then... Yeah, probably remove the D7 blight, and then spread the wilds to get rid of the Explorer, and then D4 next turn, I would reclaim probably and do Tiger's Hunting into D4. I can't do that because I'm not removing the blight. I could reclaim and remove the blight and then the subsequent turn deal the damage. I don't know. There's options, right? I just want to remove the blight on subsequent turns. If I generate too much fear, the game ends. Just so we're aware. And I need to remove the remaining blight. Still possible that beasts end the game. I'm gonna take that risk. Beasts end the game. Awesome. Game is over. There's still 2 blight on the board. Awesome. We took the card that removes blight and then proceeded to not use it. I could have prevented that by moving the beasts, but it's fine. I don't want to be too fussed about that. So this score was 34. All right. Set aside a power. Flame is really good. I think that's better than Tiger's Hunting. Is that this one? I mean, it deals lots of damage, I guess. This just does a lot of tokens. Let's do that one. Leave the beasts in a land with blight. Leave the disease in the land with city. And do that, I guess. You're playing as lightning. So if I grow into D2 or D4, I can kill the city. Sorry, I can kill the town. Powder homesteads. I'd need energy to do that. I could get 2 energy with the double presence and have better sustain. Next turn I could do +3 energy, get the 3 card plays. I'll just play Shatter Homesteads this turn and nothing else, but stopping this build, stopping that city build is pretty powerful. Because if I save these cards for next turn, then I get a town destroy next turn, which allows me to kill the town in D1. Or if they explore sands, then I destroy one of the towns in the sands to alleviate the blight pressure. Explore mountains. So, with that then, if I kill the town in D5, we prevent a city. Which means D1 blights. Can let D1 blight definitively. Or see, I'm playing Raging Storm this turn. I can prevent the D8 build, which means I don't need the Dahan in there. I could destroy the town in D1 and push the Dahan in there to kill the Explorer, and then D5 is a problem. But that one could blight next turn, so it's like guaranteed blight versus potential blight, I guess, is the question. I guess we go for potential blight because that's less guaranteed. Now every land is within range 1 of a sacred site. Every land is within range 1. So it's just considerations for range 0. Like if I get the card that says defend 2 in all of your lands, that potentially solves D5. Because if I kill the town there next turn, and I do... Well, I don't have enough energy to do all that, do I? Because your frickin' cards are expensive, dude. This land still potentially blights, so I'll just go into this land. I'll be in more sands in case I find a sands power, I guess. I don't know. Each city does +2, add disease, ignore disease, fear per land invaders. 1 fear per land with invaders or Dahan outnumber buildings. So this is gonna be D1. I'm gonna say disease in D4. You can explore a town from a land where it is the only invader. Okay. Then I will do it in D7. Since D4 is diseased, D1 dies, D2 and D5 are untargetable. Sands would not be really good. Sands was really good. Maybe not, because I guess, like, there is the Explorer in D7, but I don't know. If we stop the build in D7, then D8's not viewable. The 20% chance to explore mountains. Let's see what we do here. We reclaim, take a miner. Like fire primarily, air secondarily. There are no fires here. Back to the joined hunt returns. Yeah, so that's an uncertainty, and then this is stuff to watch. Tormenting Rotflies puts a disease fast. Tormenting Rotflies in D4 is a fear card. It has invaders, it has blight, it has disease. It's the Trinity! The trifecta. Main problem with that is I'm not getting to destroy a town with my innate if I do that. Plus it costs an energy. All the isolation moves everything out of D4. No, sorry, it pushes one thing out of D4 because there's only one Dawn. The main benefit there is it's free. Because energy is generally at a premium with lightning. Question is, am I gonna go for Town Destroy Innate, or am I gonna want to do something else? None of these cards solve D5. Tormenting Rough-Ice is just cute because it puts disease, which tokens are good. Maybe I take that just so I have tokens. Token cards are also at a premium in this game. So... if I'm not gonna hit the Town Destroy Innate, then I don't have to play 3 cards this turn. I could hold cards for next turn. So like if I do Tormenting Rothflies to put a disease in D7, like a fear card is nice and all, but I think the build prevention guarantee is a bit better. And it's better than playing Raging Storm to do that. And every one of these other powers gives me elements. So the question is, like, do I hold these elements for next turn and get to 4 card plays? I would have barely enough energy to do that if I were to do middle growth option and take these, but then I won't get 4 card plays. So I do have enough energy if I do the last growth. So actually, yeah, I'll hold these cards. It's kind of weird. But I do get a City Destroy next turn as the result. Or I could just... right, okay. Add Blight to a land with buildings. Cool. Because I didn't have enough moons or energy. And it was fast. We add a Blight to a land with buildings. This event card will come back in 2 turns. Or, sorry, 3 turns. We do get an energy, though. Disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders and deal damage to stuff there. That's going to be one of these 2 lands. Which neither of them is going to affect my 2 Dahan thing, so that's good. Yeah, the annoying thing is just the fact that, like, either I do a Cascade in D5 or I lose a Presence, which actually it would be D2 because D4 has Blight. Cascade means we immediately flip the Blight card. And we're already on 1 Blight in the game, so it's scary. So I have to do this then. And I'll just do disease there. We also lose a Sacred Site, but we can get it back next turn. So it's okay. Double Sands Explorer? Oof. That is potentially problematic. Actually, that's extremely problematic. I have Shatter Homesteads to kill the Explorers in D7. Or sorry, I have Raging Storm to do that. And I have Shatter Homesteads to kill a town in D4. The major problem with that is the fact that there's still 2 Explorers there that will Blight that, which will Cascade, and that loses the game. Which means that I don't get to do the City Destroy this turn. I have to shift gears. I have to find a power card that solves D4. Like, that's the only option, right? Anything that moves an explorer or deals damage is fine. I will have 7 energy. So yeah, I can definitely play lots of cards next turn. Just not 4 cards. So Raging Storm to kill the explorers on D7, Shatter Homesteads potentially for D4. It doesn't need to be, because I can do with the innate. So I just need to find something that moves an explorer. That's not too hard. That's definitely a minor. Defend 4 is also good enough. None of these give fire either. Was the minor that you revealed a fire card? No. It was Entrancing Apparitions, I think. Okay. So it has to be Confounding Mists, because this doesn't do it. I could remove the Blight instead, but that doesn't really solve the problem. This doesn't affect the land. This doesn't do enough in the land. Unless I were to combo with Harbingers. But actually, no, it's damage to different invaders, so it's bad. This Confounding Mists. I almost just lost the game. Veil works too? I mean, I guess because I could Raging Storm to damage the town, and then the Dahan kills the town. But D7, then I don't have Raging Storm for. Unless you're thinking of something else here. Shatter plus Veil. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay, yeah, because I'm... Okay, I see. Because the damage kills an explorer, is what you mean. Yeah. I was thinking of the town. So I could do that. You're right. So would that be better or worse? Because Veil doesn't really give any better elements. I'm just going to keep Confounding Mists. Yeah. It's just generally better. And I need to do that because I need to kill the town. I need all those cards in order to survive this turn. Sorry, I always misunderstand you, John. I have a habit of assuming one thing because I'm blinded by... I guess I don't need Shatter Homesteads pending the event. Let's go back a second, think about it. If I don't play that, but I hold those for next turn, is that any way beneficial? I don't get to City Destroy with that. I do get to destroy town, though. If I don't need to destroy town this turn. But you're not building. Actually, yeah. I mean, if I do let this... Yeah, if I don't destroy that town and then it builds, then I have to deal with it. I'll just do it that way. I guess it is problematic if towns have +1 health or something. No, I'm killing the town. Never mind. That's fine. There's no issue now. Never gonna build in there. Even with +1 health? No. +1 health, actually, we wouldn't do it, but it would still be defended. But anyway. Add Explorer to a lane without invaders or Dahan. So these two are the options. I will do D6 because D8's not viewable. Beasts killed an Explorer. So actually, we were fine. Actually, we were fine. We just needed an event trust fall, I guess. Okay. Now D5. D5 is again, if that cascades, it's game over. Tormenting Rotflies doesn't target it. And I don't have Town Destroy, so I guess I'm reclaiming. Unless I want to, like, get to City Destroy threshold this turn. Or, sorry, get to 4 card plays this turn so that I can destroy a city next turn. Problem is that there's still a lot of crap in D5. My powers don't really do anything for that. So I shall reclaim. I can get to city destroy next turn. Maybe. Nature's resilience is actually fairly good, fairly decent, fairly good. Animated record is a fire card. Hey, we found one! Yay! Has to be that one. Which means we're not destroying a city next turn. But if we destroy the town, I think we do Raging Storm next turn. Get Dahan in there, Raging Storm to damage the buildings, and then the surviving Dahan and stuff kill the stuff. I guess Confounding Mist would be enough to defend, so I didn't have to reclaim, really. Well, not enough, but after actions are done, it will be enough. Destroy a town, damage the, or kill the explorers. That's 5 damage versus defend 4 or something. I don't know. I could play 2 water cards. I don't... Oh, I do have 2 water cards. I could remove a Blight, but I don't have enough energy to do that. Alright, so I don't play Raging Storm. I don't play Nature's Resilience. I'm not getting to City Destroy next turn. And I really need to rebuild a sacred site over here because it's been 2 turns since that was destroyed by the event. How rude. I think I want to move one of these Dahan to the other side so that it's not converted. Like, if this Dahan converts by the event, I die. Actually, no, it doesn't convert because I would convert D2 instead, but I'd rather just not convert. I'd rather keep the Dahan. Sands, wetlands, disease could wait until we need it, I guess. Maybe I just don't play that much. The only thing that's happening is over here. So I save energy and I save card plays so that I can do, like, stuff next turn. Could I play 5 cards next turn if I wanted? Potentially. I'll have 6 energy. I don't know. I will just play that card. And I will push you into a land with buildings. Actually, I guess... No, yeah, we can spurn the invaders, right? Yeah, okay, that does nothing. Disease forcibly gone there. Hey, you removed a Blight. Yay. Thank you. Was that because there was 2 Dahan in there, or was it because there was a Dahan in there? Also got Defend 2, which does nothing. D2's now a new threat. Man, this game's supposed to be easy. Probably because I left the sands blighted, I introduced problems. Okay, so increasing aggression. Aha! We did remove a blight by moving that Dahan. Yay! Alright, cool. I guess the problem is I don't have fire cards. I can get to City Destroy, except I can't destroy a city. So instead, it's going to be the original plan. So do Raging Storm in D5. Then 4 is not enough unless I kill a town, so I have to do Town Destroy somehow. And the surviving Dahan will wipe the remainder because there'll be a 2 HP city, 1 HP town left over pending the event. I took Nature's Resilience to deal with D5. Yeah, I guess so. I can only get 2 Dahan in there. I was thinking of Confounding Mists, but this also would work. But Oh, I can't even get them in there unless I reclaim. Shoot. So I use that power. I have to reclaim. Is it worth reclaiming just to kill those? Man, I'm playing lightning terribly tonight. I mean, the coastal lands not being blighted is slightly fine, except we only have 3 blight left. I mean, we're gonna deal with this land. We have to. I mean, I guess we don't have to. We can let it cascade and get the free power card. That sounds terrible. Yeah, I don't think reclaiming for 1 power card is correct. But I don't know that playing 5 cards is correct either. Because a lot of these actions are just not going to do much. Hunting rotflies, yeah, let's put a disease in a wetland, so it's actually fine for that. I want the sacred site probably in D2, and I can do nature's resilience, and nature's resilience in D2 seems pretty good. D3 would then be dealt with shatter homesteads next turn, or damage thing. I mean, I probably reclaim next turn, so yeah, nature's resilience comes back. I do it for D5 for safety. I don't get the Dahan boost, but yeah, so I'm gonna do this. 4 card plays. Raging Storm is promised. Nature's Resilience is promised. And I can do a Town Destroy. If I play Tormenting Rotflies, though, I don't get the Town Destroy. I mean, if I play Tormenting Rotflies and Shatter Homesteads, I disease 1 land and destroy the town in the other. I could also let them build the towns. Oh, but I don't have enough fires. Unless I play Lightning Spoon. It generates 1 more fear, though, right? For the same amount of energy. Plus, there could be the event that ignores disease again. I mean, we saw it once. So I don't know if there's multiple copies of it. It's probably fine. I guess I had to do an action to destroy a town, didn't I? Or no, this is defended pending the event. But I can destroy a town next turn, though. Do this one. Save Shatter Homesteads for slow. They can't possibly do enough they can't possibly do enough extra damage, right? Oh, is this for the card that we knew was there? I think it was. Whoops. We knew what the event was if we were paying attention. This time we revealed a slow power, so it didn't do anything. Disease to a land with Dahan and invaders. Okay, so that does put a disease somewhere at least. 2 Dahan gains energy. So not disease here. It doesn't need to be there. Disease here is good because it stops visibility of D8, which doesn't matter because they already explored mountains, but I'll do it there anyway. So I think what I'm gonna do TBH is I don't want to sit here for 5 hours like I did the last time I did this. I know I'm playing slowly, and that's kind of my fault for starting this, but I don't have to do it in one sitting, right? I can... Because I don't play Spirit Island other than on stream because I'm terrible, and if I did want to play it off stream, I can do it on my iPad instead. I guess, no, I play it on Spirit Island Saturdays, don't I? John, I have a question. If I go... This is actually public beta that I'm on right now. When we do Spirit Island Saturdays and I go on the beta build, is that a different... Like, would the continue save be independent of that? I guess it actually wouldn't be. Because if I were to participate in Spirit Island Saturdays, but I'm stuck in this game, then I wouldn't be able to continue this next week. Yeah. Because I gotta get stuff done tonight. Multiplayer separate? Oh, okay. That's good enough then. Oh, they explored wetlands? Oh my god. Oh, that is really bad. Maybe not super bad. But still. I guess no. I can defend 6, defend 4, and then Raging Storm there. Do I have enough energy to do that? I have 6 energy, and the defends are 1 energy. Yeah, that's okay. That works. So it actually is fine. I'll do this here, because I don't need to do it in D3 just yet. And we're reclaiming. I have millions of energy, and yet I'm still clicking miners. This has been bad for lightning. None of the sun, or none of the fire air cards have popped up, except maybe the event revealed them. Not really. There's not that many cards that have both sun and air on them, but, or fire and air on them. Although there are quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We haven't seen Steam vents, so the game's trying to make me lose. Okay, blight removal. From a land with Dahan. None of the lands have Dahan in them. I'm clicking it though. Also, it is stage 3, so we do get Tigers hunting, which isn't going to do that much this turn because we already have plans. And I will pass. Unless I'm worried about this Dahan converting by the city, which I don't think I can actually do anything about. Oh, I guess no, because I don't need the Dahan there. I can do Harbingers. And push the Dahan into D2. Assuming I have enough fast powers, which I guess I did. Yeah, I guess everything was fast except for Raging Storm and Harbingers, and I had 3 air. In each land with at least 2 explorers, push to D4. Cool. Push beasts to an adjacent land with no blight. It deals 1 damage there. And then defend per Dahan. So there were no issues whatsoever here. These guys are dead, these guys are dead, this land is blighted, you go there. Town destroys, city destroys. Mountains, wetlands. Well, then it's good. Mountains. That's good. Okay. I have 5 energy cards. I have to do this growth. I don't have enough fires, so I don't destroy a town. So D5 is going to be annoying. I could disease D1 so it doesn't build. Alternatively, I can put 1 Dahan in D1 and it kills the Explorer, and then, but it could be converted still. I could put all the Dahan in D5 and then defend that next turn, and that just wins the game, right? There'll be no buildings left. Oh, but they're building a town, but I can just destroy the town, right? We end the game, but with, like, not enough blight left. If I end the game right now... we lose the blight on the scenario card, don't we? But... we leave the blight that's on here. We'd have 2 blight on the card, but when you flip the card over, it's 2+1 again, right? Is that how that works? You can sort of profit blight as the result? Like, this was not written for future waves other than this blurb over here. So we are on the healthy side, so we increase the adversary level by 1, but what happens to the blight over here? And what happens if we flip the blight card? I honestly don't know. Maybe I actually still only have 1 blight. Maybe that's how it's supposed to work. Is it okay to play cards like this? Shatter Homesteads destroys a town, right? I could destroy a town in D5 that builds. Disease D1, put a blight, I put Dahan in D5, save that for slow in case Dahan move or something. They would never move into a land with blight though. If I put 1 Dahan in D1 and it converts, that land blights and then they build a city. And then I have to deal with these 2 lands. So I don't think it's ever correct to put 1 Dahan in D1. Is it correct to put 1 Dahan in D5? Then they build a city, and there's 2 cities, 2 towns. And that's quite a lot of action in there, isn't it? Do I just put all the Dahan in D1? Just to assert dominance. And then I'm never called attending for blight removal, I guess. That sucks. I'm gonna go up to 5 card plays because I can. Does this do anything this turn now? I guess, oh, actually no, this kills the Explorer in D1. Oh, man. I mean, I never play the set-aside power, so I guess I do it now. Does this give me Town Destroy? No. Lightning's Wound doesn't do anything, does it? I actually don't have enough fast powers. But I don't need a Town Destroy fast. Does Tormenting Rockflies even do anything? No? I just called a 10 to put Dahan in D5 for next turn and Shatter Homestead to destroy a town, and then I reclaim next turn with more energy. Add town to a land with Explorer Town. Add disease. The sands or mountains with the most buildings. And then each spirit with 2 Dahan gains an energy. So town in D3 is wrong. Town in D5. Gonna be diseased anyway. And I'm just gonna kill the town that they build and defend 6 in there anyway. So I guess like that is ordinarily a bad spot, but it's okay. Gather a town explorer into a coastal land. Well, then I should have put it in D4 instead. Damn it! Come on, Jim. Mountains, jungles. Poor D8 has been neglected this entire game. Now I do need to do slightly more care in D5, I suppose, because if someone survives, they build. Voracious growth, jungle, wetland. Those are not the lands that have blight. Gift of living energy. Now I don't have to worry about energy anymore. Defend. Raging storm just to kill everything in D5, I guess. And then I could do Shatter Homesteads plus a fire card. And that way I kill the 2 towns that build. Can't afford Call to Tend if I do that. If I were to destroy a town in D5 instead of spending energy raging storming, would that be okay? Like I could do blight removal or something. We'll play a fire card. The Harbingers. So if I don't, like if I guess D2 is not building, so I don't need all the town destroys for the jungles like I thought I did. So I just kill the town in D6 that builds. Yeah. It's this one I got. Is it? We've been like getting this every 3 turns and I've been ignoring it every time. Oh my god. Alright, so has that actually been happening? I don't know. How many turns have we had? 8, I guess? I don't know. 4 energy per player, aided by moon. I have 0 moon, but I do have energy now. I have 0 moon cards also, so I have to spend all my energy. 1 fear per player, add beasts to a land with buildings. Disease to Dahan and invaders. Ugh, it's bad for D5. They do have a disease though, so. They do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber buildings. Okay, so I guess the disease is preserved or something. Assuming that's the order. Also, there are no buildings left. Alright, we just won the game. Cool. Forgot that there's a victory condition. Forgot that games don't just go indefinitely. Alright. We ended up with a number of points equal to 23. Score went down. Our peak was 35 with Serpent. We got 0 majors that game, I guess. So what are you gonna set aside here? Lightning spoon, actually. We keep a beasts. Leave it in D5. And leave the disease in D2. Does that make sense? Because that now has a city and a town in it. It's kind of impossible for that disease to actually be beneficial, but... Leia's River as my last spirit of the night. And they are going into jungles. Aha! I diseased D2. So I'm just gonna push all these towns around until we figure out what to do with you all, I guess. D2's probably just gonna blight. Yeah, we're back at 3 blight here. And then probably 3 blight on the other side. Because we don't have tokens there anymore. I presume that we wash that guy away or otherwise push the town away or something. So since D2's blighting, I'm not gonna get a sacred site in D1 unless I do this growth option. Which I prefer not to do. I think we're in immediate need of concern. Maybe. He gets to reclaim 1 next turn, so I always want to do the thing that gives me energy. Probably wash away, because then I can do 2 pushes. I can potentially combo that with where they explore. And they explore sands. Okay. Both sands are blighted. They've been blighted forever. But that's fine, so we can wombo combo this. Just make that grow. And then I will push... Oh, I can't actually combo it, right? Sacred Site! I should have just done a Sacred Site here, I guess. Instead of trying to do this thing. Right. In that case, it's actually a bit harder. I can't... So I'd have to wash away this group. Which means I'm not preventing both builds. But I am preventing a city. Sure, go into Danger Mountain. Actually, that's bad. Put it into Danger Jungle because Danger Mountain becomes worse if they explore Mountain. Like, Jungle is not explored next, but Mountain is 50-50. But now I get my Sacred Site in the wetland. And D6 does not have Sacred Site visibility, so let's do one there. I might need to reclaim Wash Away. Kill a town at least. I could prevent the build in D4, I suppose. If I kill the Explorer. D7's gonna be terrible though. It's a city. If I take Wash Away, I don't have energy for it, so I guess it's River's Bounty then. Okay. I'm gonna kill that Explorer. Just prevent that build. Not exciting, but... +1 health, Beast Sphere... Dahan in D5. Excellent. Mountains explore. Okay. So now D5's terrible. Woo! Actually, no. Massive flooding is level 3, so I do push things. Or I kill a thing and I push other things. Okay, so it's not that bad. Just go there and prep for an eventual hyper innate. And let's put Dahan in here in case an event does blight removal. Or if I can push an Explorer into there or something with an event. But yeah, this is where the game blights already. Because we did not remove that blight. Cycles of Time and Tide prevents the island from blighting good elements. Tempted to kill a town. Next turn I potentially, let's see, I reclaim Lake River's Bounty again. Depending on the minor power I get, I might get Hyper Innate. It depends on if the card I get is Sun Water. Do I get a Fear card if I do Town Destroy? Not just yet though, right? None of these generate Fear. It is a stage 2 card, so it's a 40% chance of coastal or wetlands. And a 40% chance of coastal or jungle, in which case this land is super screwed. Will we try for Hyper Innate next turn to alleviate that? I could play Flash Floods to prevent the build in D8, I guess. Like, I don't want to play Wash Away because I want to keep Wash Away for next turn and reclaim River's Bounty. And if they build in D8 but they explore D1, then I can't push the guy out of D1. I guess I can kill the town in D1, but... I don't know. If they... Oh yeah, and also D7's still blading. Which my plan was I remove this blade. There. So now that Cascade goes into D6. Cool. Or D8 if I wanted, I guess. But if I let them build D8 and explore coastal or wetland... Yeah, I want to save Massive Flooding for D1 if they explore coastal or wetland, because if I do Massive Flooding on the town, or sorry, if I do Flash Floods on the town, then Massive Flooding on D8, then there's still an Explorer in D1 in that scenario. There is the 20% chance to explore mountains, but that's half as likely. So I do Flash Floods on D8. Towns deal +1 damage, not changing anything. Beasts kill explorers, I guess. Does nothing. Dahan to jungle or wetland with Dahan. That was the only one, apparently. We started this game with 5 Dahan. We're now up to, like, 9. They explore sands again. What does that do? It changes our focus to doing the Mayhem in D7, but I guess the problem is I was supposed to have Flash Floods for that. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, I guess that might have been a mistake. I should have played Boon of Vigor instead, because I need Flash Floods comboed with other damage source. Well, at least the good news is those are not ravaging. Those are now the eyeballs. I can stop the build in D4 with massive flooding. Not really much purpose in doing it anywhere else, I guess. I don't know. Like, I can't stop D7. The only thing I can stop is D4, and if I were to let it build, I'd have to throw a wash away on it. It's possible, but I don't know. This sucks. This sucks. Depends on what power we find, I guess. Those do not have water on them, so we're not even getting hyper innate. This doesn't hit D7. This doesn't hit D7. Man, that's pretty bad. But there are 3 blight, or sorry, there's 2 blight on the blight cards, so we do survive with a cascade and a D8. And a super blighted island. I'm taking Gift of Living Energy and you can't stop me. I do this so I can get Dahan in there, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that lack of water was bad. Spurn or Teach? Well, Spurn is bad. At least there's no Ravage for Teach to really do anything. I guess we add a town. Add town to a land with Dahan, so I guess you go there. And then we put a disease somewhere with Dahan. I guess you go there. Imagine if Dahan were in D7. If Dahan were in D7, actually, then... I guess, actually, we could have done it and allowed for the Cascade, but that would be so bad. We could have had the buildings have -1 health and then kill the city that way. That just seemed terrible. Is it each land or one land? On each board, add a blight to a land. So I could have blighted D2, I guess. It's too late now, but would I have done that still? I would have blighted the island. Potentially revealing a blight card with... Well, we know what the blight card is. Potentially revealing a minor power that would have given me the threshold for me to do massive flooding in D7. I don't know. I didn't want to do that. I decided not to do that. D2 is the thing we have to watch out for now, of course. At least more easily hit with, like, flash floods. I mean, they are building a city unless I push 2 towns out. Like, I guess I do this. It only has to be 1 town. I mean, D3 is gonna just be some other massive flooding target, I guess. Just throw everything in there. I don't trust the event to not screw up D4. But I can reclaim loop now. I'm at 4 card plays, and I can do massive flooding for the next several turns. I have the sustain for that. Not the sustain, because I'm not playing like Gift of Living Energy every turn, but probably fine. I'm gonna take minor still. There are some suns there. Pull Beneath the Hunger Earth does damage, which combos with the hyper, I guess. I don't know if that's good or not. At the very least, I'm like doing all the sun water cards. I guess there's an option there. But there's no Coastal Blight. I could add extra Dahan, I guess. You have to play an Earth card. Wash Away at least prevents a build somewhere. Like I don't have to play Flash Floods though. I'm not gonna do anything other than kill it. Well, I have to do damage to a guy in D2, I guess is the thing. Yeah, and I can't do it unless I play Pull Beneath instead, right? So I do have to do that. If I replace Wash Away with Pull Beneath, then I don't need to play Flash Floods, and I save an energy that way, but I lose pushing. Inland, replace Explorer. Cool. I mean, D7 super blighted anyway. Do not ravage in lands with disease strife. A push from a land with Dahan. I can actually clear out the town from D1. It doesn't build a city in D2 and is still hyper innated. Oh my god, it's Aid from Lesser Spirits. I can actually replace it, I guess. Encompassing Ward. Perfect elements. Okay, my reclaim loop became easier. Now I search for all the blight removals. Actually, before I do that, except I have to wait. Before I do that, I could wash away the guy from D1, but I have my encompassing ward every turn. Really, the only thing I can do is push towns out from D3. Generate extra fear that way. This is diseased, but it will also be defended. No, this is only defend 2, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. It's not a big deal because it's diseased. Cool. And I'll throw Dahan in here. So now do I actually need to reclaim since I have Encompassing Ward for that extra bit of elemental boost? I need 2 suns and 3 waters, and I have 2 suns and I have 2 waters, so I just have to reclaim a water card, which is awesome. So I can get to 5 plays, gain a power card, get to 5 plays, awesome. Gift of Power for minor powers. You don't need to defend this turn. Yeah. That will eat up the blight removal aspect. I did not want to grow there. Oops. I want to grow into D7. because bear with me on this. Hole beneath the hungry earth. Well, I guess I don't need to be in the land, but it does have my presence, so it does do an extra fear that way. So that's good. And like, I could just solve D3 by taking flash floods here. Do flash floods to kill the town, and then D1 and D3 are defended with encompassing ward. I could also just do that next turn. Don't need to do it now. Do it when I reclaim or something. Save energy by taking River's Bounty or something else. You're still until level 1. Actually, if I kill the town, we win in the slow phase, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Oh my gosh, there's how much blight on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we leave all the blight on the board, and we flip the blight card, and we leave it with 1 blight. Oh no. Okay. Here's what I do. I take the Dahan out of D1 so that I don't kill the town that builds. Oh my god. This sucks. Add a blight to a land with or adjacent to buildings. Well, I'm gonna prevent that by destroying 2 presents. Yeah, I can't kill the town. Alright, well, I don't need to deal with that one, I guess. Skip the lowest numbered land. So they're not building in D1. And 3 all coastal. Okay, so I guess I moved the Dahan out from D1 or D3, whatever. Except they don't have to. No, this sucks. This really sucks. All right, blight removal. Mountain wetland. That removes blight from D8. The other wetlands do not. D5 does not. That sucks. But it's the only thing I got. I guess I don't have to kill everything in here. Okay, actually, I don't kill everything in there yet. I will let you live because I can't end the game. And I guess I could have left the city alive. That's fine. I have proof of concept for that. Still digging for blight removal. I could take major. Is it likely major reveals blight removal? There are some blight removal stuff, right? Accelerated rot does it in jungle wetland, which is 1 blight. Oh, God. Why are land types so terrible? Cleansing floods would do it. Okay, I'm just gonna take a major because I have energy. How about I add blight instead? How about I don't add blight instead? Taking instruments because it's the least dangerous of those. And I will lose Boon of Vigor because I don't need it, because I already have innate stuff. Does this... This is Lightning's Boon. Lightning's Boon doesn't do it. So I can at least put a Strife on that city in D7, and then I don't care about it anymore. Like, that's... done? That's done? Ending the event. But no, I have Encompassing Wards, so it's not even pending the event. I just need Blight removal so badly. I play Gift of Power for more Blight removal. I'm probably just gonna reclaim every turn. Oh yeah, we had that for Blight removal, right? Okay. Uh-oh. How the hell did I hit the threshold on this? How? I wasn't expecting that! Ah! Okay. How? Because sun is because I'm river, and fire is because of energy, and animals because of rivers bounding and teeming rivers, I guess? Okay, fine. I accept. I will ease the drought with my 4 water. Or I could just end the game by adding a Blight to Sands. This is what, land with Dahan? All of those are sacred sites. Cool. What did the rest of that do? Do-do-do. Mountains, wetlands. Wetlands are covered. So what was the rest of this? Defend for Dahan, okay. Blight removal? No. Gold's Allure. The famous fast power that works in every land. It doesn't actually work. I don't know why I'm looking at it. I will click... I'll click that one, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I gotta leave the Dahan there. In which case, I don't want to gather into the same... Oh, so I... Finish gathering. Yeah, good button, Logic. Good button. Just get more in there, I guess. Game sucks. At least I get a major power every turn, basically. These don't remove Blight. I'm prolonging this game indefinitely until I can remove Blight, and it's not happening. Oh my god. Yeah, so there's no more mountain wetland blight. There's no more coastal blight, which is why I got rid of the other thing. What's a man to do? Aha! The Jeff Dugan event has appeared. And none of the rest of it mattered. I guess the game could have ended if I had Dahan and D7 after all. Because that was the one that said... Wait. That's not the one. Where are you? Oh, it was this one. On each board, choose a line of at least 2 Dahan and 2 buildings. Each Dahan destroys a building, add a blight. Yeah, so it would have been... So we never put Dahan in D7 is what that means. Never ever. Unless that's the only card that says that. Jungle Wetland. Oh, Wetland is covered. Wetland is covered by flooding insurance. Where's the blight removal? Where's the blight removal? Where's the blight removal? What do I even want? Gift of Power. River's Bounty. Another water. Wash away. And then, like, nothing else because it doesn't matter. Flash Floods. Sure. I'll play Sky Stretches instead. No. Oh, I guess... it's not really doing anything either. How many turns do I have left? 3. Technically 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have this turn and 3 more turns, basically. Well, this turn and 3 more fast phases. That's the thing. That in case, I guess. That. Form a build step for a terrain not shown. Can I look at this card? Each piece deals 2 damage, nothing happened. Dahan to mountains or sands with Dahan. Well, jungles are covered. Ah, they're building sands. Oh boy, blight removal? Hey! What if I just cast down? We can do it. Just like, nope, go away. Go away. I mean, at this point, that's kind of what I want to do with this game. It's taken like 5 million turns to clean up the board. I mean, if we destroy the board, we actually do continue with waves. It's set up so that it counts as, like, it's a sacrifice victory, which is a victory, so. Maybe I should have kept that one. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I wash away in D7 whenever they do sands. I feel like I'm frenzied now because I have like so many powers and I'm still getting majors and I have 18 energy because this game's broken. To do. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to remove blight, right? Wash away or not wash away? Flash floods. That's at least pending the event. I don't have any other fast damage. I could sky stretches to do fast damage, I guess. True. I would have super duper blight problems. No. D2's fine, right? 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 I guess I could just kill you and then let that build and push it. Let's see, what are even ravaging? Stands? Shit. Alright, I prevent this by destroying 2 presents. Yeah, theoretically the island would be clean. Theoretically. Hey, they didn't see D4. Nice. Blight removal. Jungle wetlands. There is a jungle with blight. What about sands? You got any more of those sands blights? Did I forget the thing that was strafing? No, pins up calamity strife still. I want to get rid of those towns. I'm okay with those cities because I can strife them. Does that also put a disease? It does. Alright, so I play pens up next turn. Rah. So how many turns do we have left? As the last explorer. It's okay, I can do like Lightning's Boon to kill D7 fast if needed. That doesn't do blight. What's the other one that removed blight? There's one that was jungle that I just took, right? Where's my hand? I can't see my hand. That one. Alright. I need 2 suns still. I'm actually struggling on elements for the first time ever. Cool. I guess actually I didn't need to destroy that presence. Because this is super stack right now. Stop this! No! Stop! I have to, like, I'm not... Blight to a coastal land. We removed the thing that removed coastal blight, otherwise that would be fine. Because I was like, oh, I don't have to worry about coastal blight anymore. My name is River, and I live in the sands. There are no explorers or towns on the board. Oh, there were disease? Oh, right, I just literally put the disease there, right? That's the only land I'm in now. All right, we have to win in the fast phase. I'm not 100% how we're gonna win in the fast phase, but we gotta win in the fast phase. Hey, it's blight removal in jungle or wetlands. That's not sands. I am so offended. I will forget the card I just took, because why not? I will play the set-aside power of Lightning Spoon, and I will play the thing that removes the last blight that I can do. Get rid of that, I can't see what I'm doing. And I need to just deal damage in there. Why am I not able to play cards? Why am I not able to play cards? Oh, I can, it wasn't lit, okay. Right, so just do like... I can even just do this. Like, I can do all the majors that I added. Oh, no, I can't do sweep. No! Zoop. 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 All of the thresholds hit. I can play one more card. I also have my hyper met. I can play Sky Stretches in case I need to hit the coastal lands. I win on the Ravage. What if I were to win in the fast phase instead? I didn't even play the set-aside power, did I? Oh, no, it's there. Yeah, what if the event says skip the next Ravage? Or no, the events don't say that. The event could say invaders don't ravage and lands with strife. And then I would lose. Alright. So this is very important in case you ever decide you want to do it to be continued. Which, by the way, guys, if you weren't here like half an hour ago, I said I was going to wrap this up at wave 6. This wave just took 1,000,000 years because I was hunting for blight removal for 5 turns and I never found it, but we finally did. We only have 1 blight on the board now, which is good for wave 2. Or wave 7, next wave, whatever. We got 32 points with 1 blight on the board and 18 dollars on the board. I got 32 points, half of which came from Dawn. Cool. But this is important because if you just end the game now, you like go to menu or you close out the game, you cannot continue into the 7th wave because the game doesn't give you a continue save. You have to actually start the next wave. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to set aside probably Fire and Flood because 8 damage is pretty sick. 8 damage in 2 lands, right? Is that? That will be met, right? Because the power you set aside, where's the rules on that? Assistance from the first spirits. Thresholds trigger if they require 10 or fewer. So that requires... Is that 6 total, or is it 2 separate instances of 3 is a question. All right. We're pushing Dahan until there are 2 Dahan in each land. All right, you go there. And then 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 you go there. Okay. We actually could set it up so that like one land has 1,000,000 Dahan, but I actually prefer having 2 Dahan in most lands. I'm gonna leave them in D2. Probably just like coastal and D4 because it's bladed. And then the next one is Thunder Speaker. No, it's Bringer. So I could have had a land with 8 Dahan. And Bringer would have been like, hey guys, I'm going to take a major power and gain 8 energy. No biggie. We're also exploring Sands, which is the one land that's blighted. Okay. But now that we've started the game proper, I can now go to the main menu. And there is now a resume game here. If I had just X'd out, there would not have been a resume game, and I would have finished at wave 6. Very important. Very important. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. I'm going to continue this game next week. I've been doing this for almost 4 hours, and I gotta do some stuff for my class tomorrow, so I'm not gonna do the rest of it now. Thanks for watching. Check out the other channels we have on the stream, or every other streams we have on this channel, I guess. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John. Every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Saturday at 2 p.m. is Spirit Island Saturdays with usually myself, usually Seamus, and usually John. And every Sunday at 6 p.m. is Tales from the Archive with another letdown. If you liked what you were watching, this game is called Spirit Island, as you can see up here. It is available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. Other Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, and Aeon's End. They're also all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch in case you so want to switch it up. Follow us at twitch.tv/HandelabraGames or Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, and pretty much any avenue. Whew. All right. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you later.